Good evening. Welcome to the State of Business on our television with me, Kavish Kaperera. Let's take a look at today's headlines first. No permission for Sharia universities in Sri Lanka, says Prime Minister. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa visits several schools in Colombo to assess security measures in place. News in detail. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe yesterday said that the government will not grant permission to operate Sharia universities and that the madrasa schools will be brought under the Education Ministry. He was speaking after a discussion held at the Temple Trees regarding the report prepared by Professor Ashu Marusinghe on Sharia universities and madrasa schools. The Prime Minister noted that he decided to approve these proposals following a discussion held between Muslim ministers and parliamentarians regarding the controversial Sharia universities and madrasa schools. He added that the law should be brought in form of amendments to the University Act and to prevent Sharia universities coming into operation in the future. The Premier said that it has been decided to bring madrasa schools under the Education Ministry and added some of the education activities should be planned in consultation with the Muslim Affairs Ministry. Leader of the opposition Mahinda Rajapaksa visited several schools in Colombo this morning to observe their current security measures. Accordingly, he visited Thurston College, Royal College, Vishaka Vidyalaya, the Colombo Hindu College, Ananda Nalanda and the Gautami College this morning. Members of Parliament Bandula Gunawardana, Mahindananda Aludgamage and Kanaka Herath accompany the opposition leader during his inspection visits. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa has further advised all opposition MPs to inquire the security measures put in place at schools in their respective electorates and to take necessary measures to encourage students' participation in schools. A group of 70 Thai Buddhist tourists arrived today in Sri Lanka led by the Most Venerable Prabhavana Khemakung Thero, the chief prelate of the Mahayang Monastery in Thailand. Upon their arrival, the group led by Khemakung Thero visited the Thai Vihara in Mabima Kalania, where a Buddha statue was donated to the temple. The group is also scheduled to visit Colombo, Kandy, Hambantota and the Cultural Triangle. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau, Kishu Gomez, also took part in this ceremony. Speaking exclusively to our television during the ceremony to hand over the Buddha statue, Chairman of the SLTP Kishu Gomez expressed the following.
We are extremely pleased with the visit by a few monks and a large delegation of Buddhist tourists into the country at a time when we are trying everything possible in order to revive the tourism industry. Such visits certainly help the country to be able to take a message to the rest of the world to say that the country is now safe. Why is Buddhism tourism important? It is obvious that given the two cultures, the similarities in the two cultures, such tourism can certainly help the two countries in many ways. So I'm pleased to be able to be a part of this momentous occasion. And this is a significant group that has come to the country post-terrorist attack. So I'm very much grateful and thankful to the Thailand government and the organization behind this activity for making it happen on a significant day such as today.
Representatives of the private sector took a pledge for unity with the aim of working cohesively and collectively in uniting Sri Lankans. The pledge was taken by over 300 corporates in all three languages at the atrium of the Cinnamon Grand Hotel at 10 a.m. and was taken by corporate offices around the country during the course of the day. The pledge for unity was the result of a meeting between 9 chambers last Thursday where the current situation of the country was discussed. It was agreed then that the business community in Sri Lanka would pledge to work towards the goal of uniting Sri Lanka and inspire all to do so. A majority of the universities that were temporarily closed due to the security situation in the country are due to recommence educational activities this week. Activities at the Sabaragama University commenced today and the students who used the hostels were advised to return by 6 p.m. yesterday. The registrar of the university, V.D. Kitsuri, noted that the students should carry their university ID card or their student record book in order to confirm their identity. The Uvalasa University also reopened to students and third and fourth educational activities at the Colombo University's Faculty of Arts also recommenced today. The Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities at the Rajarat University will reopen for educational activities on Thursday. Stay tuned for more news after this short commercial break. Welcome back. In an exclusive interview with our television on Biz Talk, President of the local canned fish manufacturers association of Sri Lanka, Shiran Fernando, stated that there is massive potential for investment in the local canned fish industry.
There is a huge potential for investment, and there is a huge potential once we develop the local industry, once we satisfy the local industry fully, then the export industry. Because as I told you, supply demand situation, with more volume comes less price. So once we start manufacturing, we have tuna in this country. We have some of the best tuna in the world. So, Japan, now I told you we are exporting fresh tuna to Costco's and places like in the US, as far as the US. We are selling to Japan. So basically, once we develop our canning industry, we can slowly move canning also for export. In fact, we have given a proposal to the government about 2 years ago, a 5-year proposal. On the 5th year, we will be exporting canned fish out of this country.
Shiran Fernando also called all concerned to support the local industries.
So we are not saying that the imported canned fish is bad by any means, but what I'm only talking about our fish here. Basically, we take a lot of care in what we do, and we are using Sri Lankan fish. My message to everybody is support Sri Lanka, support the Sri Lankan canning industry, local industry, help us to develop. Then you help yourself. Then the industry develops, the fishing industry develops, fishermen start getting lucrative pays and salaries. It's a whole cycle of effects.
Speaking further, Fernando also expressed the following on why local canned fish is better than imported canned fish.
I'm not saying that the imported canned fish is bad by any means, but what we are saying is we are carrying the fresh fish within 2 days, which I doubt many countries are doing. They have huge factory vessels that catch tons and tons of fish, then they store it and the canning process goes on. But we are not like that. We are more home style, It's like, we send our lorries in the morning to all suppliers from Beruwala, Aludgama, Matara, all of these places bring the fish to us on a daily basis. That day, the lorry is kept, it's weighed, it's canned. So it's very fresh.
The Central Environmental Authority are planning to monitor dangerous particulate matter below PM10 from June 5th to coincide with the World Environment Day, which falls on Wednesday this week. CEA Director General Hemantha Jayasinghe said that they would be in a position to monitor air quality 24 hours a day from June, and that the CEA would also introduce a color code system. The CEA has installed monitoring machines in Battaramulla and in Kandy, and they would be operational next month, and there would be also mobile monitors countrywide. The latest World Air Pollution Report has identified Sri Lanka as the 18th worst country as regards air pollution. The report prevails that during 2018, 4 of the 5 most polluted countries in the world were in South Asia. Of the 85 cities monitored in the region, 99% failed to meet with the WHO annual guideline for MP2.5. At the initial stages, the vehicle emission testing program brought down the permitted levels of particulate matter and sulfur levels in most parts of the country. However, monitoring was not under operation for many years. Minister of Development Strategies and International Trade Malik Samar Wikrama met UAE Ambassador Ahmad Ali Al Mualla to discuss about the Sri Lanka's participation at Expo Dubai 2020. United Arab Emirates has been selected for hosting the next Expo to be held from 20th October 2020 to 10th April 2021 in Dubai under the theme Connecting Minds, Creating the Future. Sri Lanka Pavilion at the Expo Dubai 2020 will be located in the Opportunity District. The pavilion will be organized under the title of Island of Ingenuity to showcase Sri Lanka's efforts across the social, economic, technological and cultural aspects that make up the life of our nation. Sri Lanka Export Development Board will be the responsible national authority for Expo 2020 Dubai. The ambassador has invited a delegation from Sri Lanka headed by the Commissioner General to Dubai to discuss how best Sri Lanka can utilize the opportunity extended by the government of UAE under their Assistant Pavilion Scheme. Deputy Minister of Development Strategies and International Trade Nalin Bandara, Export Development Board Chairperson Indira Malwatta, Board of Investments Chairman Mangalayapa, officials of the EDB, BOI, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and members representing the private sector also were present at the meeting. Stay tuned for stock updates after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 31.57 points to close at 5,291.28, and the S&P/SL 20 gained 19.25 points to close at 2,466.15. The turnover was 330.5 million rupees and 16.8 million shares were traded. Next up is Forex rates. Well, that's a wrap of the bulletin for the day. Signing off with the promise for tomorrow at the same time with nothing but the latest. Thank you and good night.